The clip you're watching now is called Sapphire, one of the most popular tracks from indie dream pop band Diamond Thug. The clip you're watching right now is the music video from Babeniko's latest track called I'm Not The One. Before the release of these two videos, we were under the impression that there's a wave slowly rising within the alternative scene here in SA. We couldn't quite put a finger on it, but after we saw the visual representation of these two tracks, we were certain that this is not just some facade or some impression that we had. This is something that's for real. We were convinced that South Africa is going through a bedroom pop / dream pop movement, and I fucking swear this wave is going unnoticed. Between the years of 2013 and 2015, we saw a wave of a definitive indie sound here in SA. This wave included bands like The Plastics, Desmond and the Tutus, and of course, Short Straw. After that, a popular folk scene started to emerge, and artists like Jeremy Loops, Majosi, and Matthew Moore were on the rise. But now, we're starting to see artists take on a much more dreamier sound. In this video, we're going to be going through the artists involved and of course the elements involved with breastfeeding this young movement. Enough of the suspense, let's get into it. For those that still don't know who I am, my name is Lou, I'm a music producer, I'm a journalist, and I'm a massive twerk god. I bet you're wondering what it was about those two videos that clicked something within us. Check this out. In the music video for I'm Not The One, there's a scene where Lenny D from Babeniko is completely underwater. In the music video for Sapphire, we see the exact same thing from Chantal Fanti, who is also flying, underwater. Apart from music videos being a promotional tool for the song, they are also a message to the audience and also serve artistic purposes. Yes, these two tracks have completely different narratives, but the fact that two leading dream pop bands are using a similar image to portray their message definitely says something. Plus, these videos were actually released within the same month of each other. We're not entirely sure if any of this was planned, but hey, that's just the nature of movements. Movements are broad alliances of people connected through shared interests, and usually the interest is stopping or even instigating social change. The collection of artists that we are talking about, I'm not too sure have that agenda, but the fact that they are changing the way that we perceive pop music here in SA is something to think about. In our eyes, the artists that are leading this wave are Babeniko, Diamond Thug, Yellow House, Twin Weaver, and Manu Grace. I've literally been talking about dream pop as if everyone is aware of what it is. Dream pop is an atmospheric subgenre of alternative rock that relies on sonic textures as much as it relies on melodies. The key artists in this genre include Washed Out, Beach House, and Still Corners. Bedroom pop, on the other hand, is more of a recent phenomenon. DIY and lo-fi-ness are the primary features, and of course there's a kind of fuzziness that is present. On the music video for Way to My Heart, Twin Weaver take this fuzziness on another level by including the sonic feature through a visual representation. In general, the key figures of bedroom pop include Gus Dapperton, Clairo, and of course Steve Lacy. Bedroom pop shares similar elements to other indie genres like dream pop and shoegaze, especially because of the amount of reverb and delay that is used. In our opinion, Kudukudu is playing a major role in the SA scene right now. 3 out of the 5 bedroom pop artists that have released through them have actually attained quite a bit of international recognition. For those in the dark, this is an independent record label based in Cape Town. It was originally founded by Diamond Thug member Danilo Queiroz to support the release of their debut album, Apastron. Some of the dream and bedroom pop artists who released from the label include Albany Lure, Manu Grace, Heroin, Babeniko, and Gourmet. The way I see it, it's like some artists wouldn't have been exposed to audiences if it wasn't for Kudukudu and their reach. In total, they've garnered more than 10 million streams, and some of their releases have hit #1 in different countries. Their live shows also cannot escape mention. They have these things called Kudukudu Presents, and here audiences are treated to a night of beautiful live music. In short, Kudukudu is the home for dream pop in many ways. So for this part, I can only speak about Cape Town since I have not soaked up enough of the culture in Joburg. I would like to though. It's gonna happen. For the past couple of years in Cape Town, the occurrence of live music shows unfortunately started to decline. The tide shifted from live music to genres such as techno and deep house. A good reason for this is finances. Bookers started to realize they could pay a DJ a tenth of what a band would cost for the same set time. The global shift in music trends is another contribution to the decline of live band performances. The city was in limbo. A, bookers and promoters didn't want to pay bands enough, and B, there was a lack of venues since places were closing down one by one. But now, due to a rejuvenation of venues, live music is actually starting to pick up again here in Cape Town. The venues that are doing the most for the local music scene right now are Raptor Room, Mercury, Cafe Rue, and House of Machines. These venues provide a space where audiences can experience the dreamy sound in real life. They also act as a platform where we can discover. But most importantly, they are able to gather a community with similar interests all in one room. The Lush Puppy event featuring Gourmet, Albany Lure, and Heroin at Raptor Room definitely highlights my previous point. By the way, we were not paid to mention any of these venues in our video. But I mean, it would be cool though, you know what I mean? Like, our DMs are open, so I mean, if you're up for it, like, you know what I mean? The industry isn't that big and everyone's going through more or less the same thing. This is not hip-hop. No one's trying to see who's better than who. This is basically artists that are doing something different and putting each other up along the way. Since everyone almost knows everyone, they share similar musical influences as well. And a recurring influence that I see in these bands, and even when I talk to them, is of course Kevin Parker from Tame Impala. Remember me? The fact that these artists have converging social scenes just make things so much more easier. Plus, they continually support each other's shows. With things like this going on, this definitely is an indicator of a movement. Duh. My only question is, how long will it last? And will it ever reach a point of international recognition? Only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching. Actually, we're not done with you just yet. If you look on our description below, you'll find a Spotify playlist made up of 20 tracks that best encapsulate the sound of this movement. If you don't have Spotify, then dude, like, what are you doing with your life? Like, are you even going anywhere in life? These are the kind of questions that should be going through your mind if you don't have Spotify. Catch up. Anyway, if you have any more questions to ask about this movement, hit us up via social media or even in the comments below. We can maybe even put you in contact with some of the artists if you're lucky. Peace.